Hey, happy day. Liberal governments want to give everything away for free. I have free advice for those free thinkers over there on the liberal side, the free givers and freedom takers. Nothing is free. Nothing is ever free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Somebody's got to make it and somebody's got to pay somebody else to do whatever they do. It just happens, right? But the liberal brain, which moves freely in the open space on the liberal shoulders, that's free, kind of, sort of, free movement, don't you know? Just thought to mention that because I'm a mentioner. Hey, wisdom from your wiser advisor. Historic alignment of Calgary and Ottawa against Canada's oil and gas sector. This is just nothing short of bloody bizarre. Calgary, Alberta is kind of like Houston and Dallas, Texas, right? I mean, it's full of Americans, it has been in the past, and everybody's getting rich and having fun and providing energy for everybody in the country and actually throughout North America and other countries, right? But now they have a brand new mayor, a liberal mayor. Can you believe it? And this mayor, she is saying, let's not do this anymore. Let's not have any gas anymore. And this is a city that I think it's 13 out of every 15 businesses, certainly downtown, are connected to the energy sector. But now downtown, half of it is vacant. You have entire high-rises with nobody in them. I don't think janitors even show up anymore. The city is a disaster. You want to get free rent? Just tell somebody and you'll be trampled. There'll be people coming at you left and right. I gotta say left and right, bad wordage, but it's accurate stuff. I mean, everybody wants to give you an office place because 50%? Some say 35 downtown and 65 in the outlying areas. There's a whole bunch of different numbers, but rough and dirty, it's about half of the office space. And you have a mayor now who's saying, let's take that half, that 50%, let's take it down to 20. They walk among us. They continue. Governor Tim Walz, he's a Democrat. Of course he is in Minnesota. He's recently announced a vaccine incentive program. He's going to pay people. You know what? He's got gift cards up to $100,000 in scholarships and so many other things. I spoke about it the other day. I had to speak about it again because I wasn't sure if I actually had mentioned the Visa gift card stuff. This adds salt to the wound, insult to injury. He keeps on being himself. Who are these people? I mean, this ain't his money. And what are you doing? You're manipulating the young mind? I mean, you have no right to do that. It's a parent thing. Gasoline, gas is costing a lot of money. In California now, gas is over $8 a gallon in many cities. It's flirting with $9 a gallon. If you go to Texas, it's $2.50. Different places in different states. Oklahoma's under $3 a gallon. So in other words, if you want to live in liberal California, it costs you about $100 and some odd dollars more than somebody in a free state to fill up. I have to say that's slow because you got to process it. I mean, it's bizarre stuff. Very, very bad. Higher gas prices are a result of deliberate choices. The Biden administration declared war on fossil fuels, just like that lady in Calgary. And all the people, the little queers and steers and all the people down in Ottawa, Canada, they said, hey, you guys, no more energy. We're going to fight you now. Oh, by the way, give us more money. They have made it clear, this would be the Liberals, that they intend to put the fossil fuel industry out of business. So now you've got, in America, 520 oil rigs, more or less, pumping oil, which is half of what it was in 2019. Under the Trump administration, half. They're not going to drill new wells, and Wall Street's not going to invest in the fossil fuel industry. So it's a mess. I mean, picture a big stick of dynamite and somebody has lit the fuse, and any minute it's going to blow up. It's happening. That fuse is getting shorter and shorter every day because you got the wax running the country. Western Standard in Canada, in Calgary, they projected. They're kind of a neat little paper. They've only been around for 2 years. I think they just celebrated their second anniversary. They have millions and millions of viewers and big audience. Good for them. They're just for the West, and they're kind of right-wing stuff. Politically, right is right and left is wrong. The Western Standard announced that we think that the referendum with regard to the equalization program will be successful in that 60, maybe 70% of Albertans will say, we don't want it, we want to remove from the Constitution, right? And then Trudeau goes on to say, the prime mistake, that the Premier of Alberta was part of writing that equalization program, so you're a hypocrite. I haven't really drilled into that too much, but I do know that the equalization program has been around since the 1950s. I don't think either one of those people, the Premier or the Prime Minister, were even born then. So I think there's a little more research to do into that stuff. The right of recall. Politicians, people, voters, always say, politicians, we want a chance to do a recall. Recently there was a big one in California, right? And it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I've always said it's so simple, or can be. You have a riding association. 10 people call it on the board. They should have the right to fire that elected person. simple stuff. That it's like a company. You have your board of directors, you have a CEO, and then you have your shareholders, right? The public, they're the shareholders, so they take their complaints to the board, and the board in turn acts with the elected person. You're fired or whatever. Firing people is easy. Just call a guy into your office and say, hey, I don't know how we're going to manage around here without you ever again, but we're going to start first thing tomorrow morning. Ha ha, y'all come back. See ya.